First, it was Japan. Last month on this channel, I showed you how China destroyed Japan's car industry in 5 years. That video hit hard, and you asked me, what's next? Here is your answer, Germany. Mercedes-Benz just reported a 57% collapse in operating profit. BMW's revenue fell 6.3%, and both companies have quietly told their Chinese suppliers, we expect to sell fewer than 500,000 cars each in China this year. That number is what they are selling in China 10 years ago. A decade of growth wiped out in 2 years. But here is what makes this story different from Japan's story. Japan lost to China because of electric vehicles. Germany is losing to China for a completely different reason. A reason that as an engineer, I can show you in the actual blueprints. The German engineering era, the era of perfectly tuned engine, the precision gearbox, the flawless chassis is being not killed by a better car. It's being killed by a software update. Stay with me because this changes everything you think you know about what makes a great car. To understand why Germany is losing, you first have to understand what Germany built. For over 100 years, German engineering was a gold standard of entire automotive world. Full stop. When BMW said ultimate driving machine, they meant it. Their engines had tolerances measured in microns. Their suspension geometry was turned on the Nürburgring. Their gearbox shifted with a mechanical precision that no other country could match. Mercedes-Benz invented the car, literally. Carl Benz filed a patent for the first petrol-powered automobile in 1886 in Germany. Everything that came after, every Toyota, every Ford, every BYD, traces its DNA back to German invention. And for over a century, Germany dominated not just making great cars, but by making cars that no other country could figure out how to make as well. Toyota copied German reliability and made it cheaper. Korea copied German design and made it affordable. China copied German manufacturing and made it fast. But nobody could copy what Germany actually had, the engineering culture, the obsession with perfection, the decades of accumulated mechanical knowledge that lived inside every BMW and Mercedes-Benz. German car manufacturers built their strength around mechanical perfection. Software was often seen as an add-on. The engineering culture demanded that everything had to be perfect before a car reached the market. And for the petrol engine era, that philosophy was unbeatable. Then the world changed, and Germany didn't. Everyone says Germany lost because their EVs weren't good enough. That's too simple. The real reason is something much more specific and much more damaging. It's called the software deficit. Let me explain this with a real example that happened 3 days ago. A Chinese-made Leap motor C10 was driving down German's Autobahn when its driver assistance system braked sharply, reacting as if it were navigating a crowded Chinese city street instead of a German highway. The Leap motor Germany head was driving. He emailed engineers in China to report the problem before going into a meeting. By the time he came out of that meeting, a software update had already pushed into the car. The problem was fixed remotely, instantly. Think about what that means for a moment. A Chinese car driving in Germany, bug reported, fixed before the meeting ended. A similar fix at a European car maker would have taken weeks. That gap between instant and weeks is the software deficit, and it is killing Germany. Now let me show you the engineering numbers behind this. German car manufacturers take an average of 48 to 54 months from the first scratch of a car to the start of production. Chinese competitors do it in 24 to 30 months, some in just 18 months. That means while Germany is still designing a car, China has already built it, sold it, updated it twice, and started building the next generation. Chinese models are on the market for an average of 1.3 years before getting updates. Western brands average around 4 years between meaningful updates. But here is the engineering insight nobody talks about. This isn't just about speed, it's about philosophy. Chinese manufacturers see cars as tech gadgets. They follow the principle of software first, hardware second. They launch cars with hardware that isn't yet fully activated. Features are added later via software updates. German manufacturers continue to prioritize mechanics. Everything must be perfect before launch. The German approach produces a more mechanically refined product on day one. The Chinese approach produces a product that gets better every month after you buy it. And here is the brutal question. If your Mercedes-Benz is mechanically perfect, but its AI assistant is 3 generations behind, if its navigation system updates once a year instead of weekly, if its driver assistant software takes weeks to fix instead of minutes, does the perfect engine still matter to the customer? The Xiaomi SU7 offers more digital features than a Porsche Taycan at 1/4 the price. That sentence right there is a entire story of German collapse in one line. Now let's look at the actual verified data from March 2026 because the numbers are worse than most people realize. Mercedes-Benz just reported a 57% drop in operating profit for 2025. EBITDA fell from 13.6 billion to 5.8 billion. Revenue fell 9% to 132.2 billion. Group profit fell by nearly 49% from 10.4 billion to 5.3 billion. That is not a bad year. This is a collapse. China sales fell 27% as BYD and Xiaomi undercut Mercedes-Benz on both price and technology simultaneously. Mercedes is now cutting up to 30,000 jobs and targeting 5 billion in savings by 2027. BMW tells a similar story. BMW Group revenue fell 6.3% to 133 billion in 2025. Pre-tax profit was down 6.7%. China sales dropped 12.5%, the second consecutive year of double-digit decline. But here is the most alarming number of everything I just told you. Mercedes-Benz and BMW have both provided their 2026 demand forecasts to their Chinese supply chains. Both are projecting fewer than 500,000 units each in China this year. This is the same number they are selling in China in 2016. A decade of growth, completely reversed in 2 years. And while Germany retreats, Chinese brands are accelerating directly towards Germany's territory. Xiaomi EV is targeting 550,000 units in 2026, a 34% increase. Huawei's Automotive Alliance is targeting 1 to 1.3 million units with 120% growth projected. Chinese brands are not just replacing German cars at affordable end of the market. They are now attacking the premium segment directly. In 2025, a luxury Chinese brand launched an attack on the premium market with a car priced from 708,000 to over 1 million yuan, directly targeting the S-Class and BMW 7 Series. Monthly deliveries exceed 4,000 units in December alone. No segment is safe anymore. Not the budget segment, not the mid-range, not even the ultra-luxury tier. 51% of German car industry suppliers now say that Asian competitors have uncatchable lead in key technologies. Only 6% believe Germany is still vanguard in the global car industry. When your own suppliers say the lead is uncatchable, that is not a warning, that is a verdict. Now here is where this story connects to something I showed you recently on this channel. Last week I posted a short about Ford losing 8.2 billion and the comment section exploded because people couldn't believe that Ford, the company that invented the assembly line, was losing billions trying to build electric cars. Ford's story and German's story are actually the same story. They are all making the same fundamental mistake. They are trying to solve a software problem with a hardware budget. German vehicle development costs are around 4 times higher than Chinese ones. Chinese manufacturers need only 27% of budget that German manufacturers require. Ford spent 19.5 billion on its EV division and lost nearly all of it. Mercedes spent billions building the new electric CLA. BMW is spending billions on its new classic platform. The money is being spent. The problem is they are spending it the wrong way. China's advantage is as much about speed as about cost. In one project, Bosch engineers in China redesigned an electric connector in 6 months. roughly half the time it would have taken their colleagues in Germany. Speed, not money, speed. European car makers build their strategies around high margins hardware sold at premium prices in markets where brand heritage commanded a pricing premium. That model is being dismantled by Chinese competitors who treat the car as a software platform, iterate rapidly and price aggressively. And here is where it gets really uncomfortable for Mercedes and BMW. Mercedes launched its new all-electric CLA in November 2025 with a range of over 860 km and advanced driving assistant developed with Chinese firm Momenta. Total sales for November and December combined 1369 units. Their most technology advanced electric car ever, launched in the world's biggest EV market, 1369 units in 2 months. For context, BYD sells more cars than that every single hour. The hardware is impressive, the software integration still lags, and in 2026, customers choose the software. So, is this the end for BMW and Mercedes? I want to give you the honest engineering answer. No, it is not the end. But the path back is extremely narrow and is extremely expensive. Mercedes plans to launch more than 15 new models in China this year, covering all segments. They are accelerating partnerships with Chinese technology companies including Momenta, ByteDance, and Tencent. BMW has designated 2026 its year of new generation, launching the new iX3 and 20 other products developed in coordinates with Chinese firm Momenta for intelligent driving. Both companies are doing the smart thing they could possibly do. They are hiring the enemy by partnering with Chinese tech companies. Mercedes and BMW are essentially admitting we cannot build the software fast enough ourselves, so we will buy China's speed. This is intelligent, but it comes with a massive risk. Every Chinese tech partner they bring in gain access to Mercedes and BMW's engineering secrets, their supply chain relationships, their customer data. The same way China learned manufacturing from Volkswagen in the 1980s and then used that knowledge to eventually beat Volkswagen. Germany risks teaching China how to beat the last advantages Germany has left. The challenge is not simply one of competition, it is one of industrial model. European car makers build their strategies around high margin hardware sold at premium prices. That model is being dismantled by competitors who treat the car as a software platform. Germany has 2 years, maybe 3, to prove that its engineering heritage can adapt to the software-first world. If they succeed, they will emerge as the most formidable automotive force on earth, combining German mechanical perfection with Chinese software speed. If they fail, the German car, the symbol of quality for over 100 years, become a museum piece. Let me leave you with one thought. The best car in the world right now is not defined by how smoothly its engine runs. It is defined by how fast its software can learn. A Mercedes-Benz engine is a work of art, decades of accumulated engineering knowledge in every component. But a Xiaomi U7 can receive a new feature while you are sleeping. By morning, your car is smarter than it was the night before. That shift from mechanical excellence to software intelligence is the single biggest change in the automotive history since Carl Benz filed his patent in 1886. And we are living through it right now in 2026. Germany built the car, Japan perfected it, China is reinventing it. The question for all of us is who will own the next 100 years? Drop your answers in the comments. I read every single one and reply for the first hour. Now we just crossed 21 subscribers on this channel and I want to say something directly. Every single one of you is a part of building something real here. The Underhood crew. People who want the actual engineering truth, not the marketing version. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button right now. And every video from here is going to be bigger, deeper and more backed by real data than anything you have seen before. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications and I will see every single one of you in the next video. I am Tridip. This is Underhood Hub. Let's build this together.